mind-blowing. It's like changed my life. In a way, it has. It helped me with depression as well. I'm confident, how is this gonna make me feel better? But it does. That was like the best decision I made, because like how I was transforming, everyone was like, whoa, okay, like you're looking good. Some of the things you'd say to me, they stick to me. I think that's my main thing that helps me, because I know exactly what I'm doing. I know that I have to do my workouts. I feel like I look good, so I feel good. So I'm like, okay, I've hit it, like,
hit that, yes.
that. I feel like I'm more in control of things. Take accountability, you know, like what have you done, what didn't you do? This, or if I'm unsure of something, or if I'm unsure of my form, I'll still ask you. Like there's like a right amount where like I'm not scared of you, but I know that I have to do my workouts, otherwise like I'm letting myself down here. So it's like a good balance.
What did you do before deciding to join me as a PT and a coach?
I went to the gym, but I had no idea what I was doing. So like I would just, or I'd see like little workouts on Instagram reels and that and try and follow them, but I didn't actually understand. And I hated the gym as well. Like I'd go, but I'd be really nervous, and I hated the weight section. That's like my biggest fear. I didn't really know what I was doing and like where I was going. I knew I wanted to gain weight, but it just wasn't happening. I knew I wasn't doing the right things. So then I decided I need some help.
Yeah. How did you find my coaching when you first started the program?
It was really refreshing.
Yeah?
Like the workouts, I sat there and I was like, why did I not know about this before? Like I hadn't even heard of any of the workouts. Like I didn't even know what a glute bridge was or a hip thrust. And then obviously the machines at the gym, I'd never even like gone near them, because I was like, no, it looks too scary. So yeah, it was mind blowing. That's what I would say. Mind blowing. Because I was like, oh my God, like this is all new to me. And now it's like second nature. Like I know that, like I know what I'm doing.
How did you find me as a coach?
You're like a life mentor, coach, all in one. As a coach, do you know what? You have like the perfect balance of like a discipline, but nice. Like I couldn't work with someone who was too disciplined with me. Like there's like a right amount where like I'm not scared of you, but I know that I have to do my workouts, otherwise like I'm letting myself down here. So it's like a good balance. I used to see like videos of like PT shouting at people like, come on, one more rep. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't.
Work for you.
No, it doesn't. Not at all. If anything, I'll just be like, I'm not doing it anymore. No, I'm not being shouted at. No.
Yeah,
So
we have a good relationship. Right, walk me through what you have achieved since starting your training and working with me.
Okay, so since starting, I think
There's so much, not
there's
just
so much
transformations as well.
There's so much.
Like there's
I
the
could go
mental side of it, the confidence
yeah,
side of it.
it's like changed my life. No, but it actually has. In the least cringe way, it has.
If we start with like transformation, then what have you achieved?
Transformation. Okay, so I've grown my bum, I've grown my legs, like my glutes. That's what I wanted. I'd say I've put on a lot of weight, but weight that I wanted, like healthy weight, because obviously I was quite underweight when I trained with you, like started training with you. And then in the gym, I know how to use almost every machine possible.
Yeah.
I'm confident using it. I don't need to ask people at the gym like, how do you do this? Or if I'm unsure of something, or if I'm unsure of my form, I'll still ask you. Another one that gets me, I never used to set up the hip thrust bar on my own because I'd be too scared.
Oh my God, do you remember that?
Yeah, and I'd avoid doing them even though they're the one thing that grows your glutes. But now I'm confident doing it. You should see me with like the big bar walking around. I'm really good with that.
And you don't care what other people are thinking?
No, just sit there thinking, you do your thing, I'm doing mine. And realistically, no one's actually looking at you. They're just focusing what they're doing. So it's fine. So yeah, a lot more confident in the gym. Mentally, less anxious, as you know. I'm an anxious person. I think it helped me with depression as well. But like at the start, I was like, this is like, I don't believe in this. Like, how is this gonna make me feel better? But it does.
And I think your mentality transformation, as much as your physical transformation is insane, the mental, like who you were 4 years ago is like unrecognisable to who you are now. It's crazy. Why did you join and make the decision to start training with me?
So I'm in R-ing for ages. Like okay, so lockdown, I feel like everyone got into fitness in some kind of way. I was like, this is like the perfect time to do this.
Yeah.
And then I'd obviously known of you and knew people who knew you, and I was like, do you know what, I feel like this would be like my best bet. So I was really scared to message you, but I did.
You did.
I remember like a call with you about like what I wanted to achieve. And then, yeah, like after that was like the best decision I made, because now I'm like 4 years deep. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm so much more confident in the gym.
With your journey, what were your biggest challenges that you kind of faced that we would go through?
My biggest thing, I think, was food. As in, I'm a massive takeaway person. Like, I love a takeaway. I love a Five Guys, as we know. So I feel like eating that in moderation, I found that hard because I was so used to getting it like twice a week, every week. So I think that cutting out like bad foods, or not even cutting out, just limiting them. So I have more of a balance. But then also protein. Now I still kind of struggle with this now. Some days I eat loads and other days I'm like not in the mood for it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard. But I don't know, like it's something I can overcome.
And it's just about you getting a little bit more organised with what you're going to be eating.
Exactly.
So that you can actually get that protein in every single day.
Exactly. Like I use MyFitnessPal and tracking. And at first I was like against that. I was like, no, like I don't want to actually see what I'm eating. But now when you see it, you're like, okay, that's a lot of sugar, or wow, that's a lot of salt, or that's good protein. So I can kind of work out like what I need to eat to hit my protein goal or hit my calories.
Yeah. How much work did you have to do to get the results? So how many times are you working out? What did you go from to? So obviously you went from like not working out at all to...
Yeah, I'd like sporadically go to the gym. I'd go like once every couple of weeks and think that would do something.
And now you're consistently going like at least 3 times a week.
Yes.
Without fail.
I actually thought about summer 2022 when I was doing, oh my God, I used to go every single day. And if I didn't go, I felt like I'd have like withdrawals, like gym withdrawals. I'd be like, why am I not there? I have to be there. But yeah, I went from going like once every couple of weeks or twice even, like nothing big, and then to doing, I'd say, between 3 to 5 days a week in the gym.
Yeah. What helped you the most?
I feel like words of wisdom. Some of the things you'd say to me, they stick to me. Like you could say like, okay, you want to get there, but what are you doing about it? You're not doing anything about it. Like the only way you're going to get there is being consistent, and it's not going to happen overnight. But if you sit there and not even do it, then it's going to take longer. Whereas if you start, you're closer to the finish point.
So it's our pep talks.
Yes, I feel like the pep talks helped me a lot. But also, I think you checking in, then I'd be like, oh my God, what am I going to tell her? Like if I hadn't done what I was supposed to be doing, then I'd be like, oh no, like I feel guilt for you, but for myself as well. Like I'm guilty, like I didn't do that.
And that's the main thing. It's never like, oh, you're going to be, like, I'm going to be disappointed. It's more...
You're going to be.
It's like, your goal, and yeah, you've hired me to do a job and get you there.
Yeah.
So we need to remind you of why you're doing it. So what were your goals in the beginning?
I think, oh my God, at the time, I must have been like 7.5, 8 stone or something. Just something like not what I wanted to be. Like I was underweight.
Yeah.
And I didn't really eat properly and missed meals. So I think my goal was to hit like 9 stone or something. And now I'm like, I think I'm like 9.5. So I'm like, okay, I've hit it. Like,
hit
that. And then also, I feel like I didn't not have a bum, but it wasn't like peachy.
Yeah.
Like this sounds crazy. I'd want people to like look at me and be like, wow, she has a nice bum. Like, wow, you can tell she goes to the gym. Look at her legs. Like,
yeah.
So I wanted to grow my legs. I've always been like conscious of my thighs because I thought they were so small. So I wanted to like thicken them up a bit, and then my legs as well. Also, where I was like addicted to junk food at one point, my stomach.
Yeah.
But then I'm always going to have something there if I'm eating protein and I'm eating my calories. There's always going to be something there. So I feel like I'm at peace with that now. It doesn't look bad, but it's not going to be like dead flat, but that's normal.
Yeah. And I feel like that's such a big thing that you've accepted your body as well. Like obviously you can always, get stronger and you can always change your body composition and change your appearance, but you know that you work hard for your body and you put in the work, and you should love your body for that,
Like I would take the tiniest bit of stomach fat for a massive bum. Like I would take that. I'll take it.
That's a good trade-off. Yeah, me too. Did you ever feel like quitting?
Yes. So many times.
Really? Go on, talk to me.
Like, I'd get like body dysmorphia and look at myself and be like, you're never gonna get that. Like, you're
Negative
just skinny.
self-talk.
Yeah, basically, which we always talk about how I'm really bad with. Or there's some days where I'd be like really tired and didn't want to go to the gym, and I'd just be like, I just can't be bothered with this. I'd rather just stay at home. I just think about me as a person and like who I started as when we started training, and I'd be like, I don't want to be her, like, not in a horrible way, like, she's not my goal.
Well, you've grown so much.
Yeah, so why would I want to go back to that?
Yeah.
Like, I've come so far.
And there was a reason you started.
Exactly. So I feel like, but even now, like, I'm not at my finished point yet. There's still loads to go, but there's, like, even today I'm like, do I want to go to the gym? But I'm like, but I do. Because I'm going to feel better when I go.
How have your goals changed as your journey's kind of progressed?
The main ones still stand the same, so bigger legs and bigger bum, but also I feel like I'm mainly focused on like lower body, but really I'm now focusing on upper body as well.
Yeah.
So where I've put on weight, it's obviously gone to all areas of me. So I feel like I want to tone like my arms now, my back.
Compared to 4 years ago, how is your life now?
I obviously am just naturally an anxious person. I feel like I'm more in control of things. And people may be like, well, how does the gym help with that? But I feel like it makes me feel like energized all of the time. And also I do watch the things that I eat more. So when I'm eating out, I kind of want to see what the options are, and I don't want to go for the most unhealthy thing. But obviously, like, it's not a cheat day, but like obviously you can eat whatever you want, but I try and go for the more like protein based things.
Okay,
I think
so
this is
better decisions.
Yeah, like this is for the gains. Like, I'll love this in the long run.
Your knowledge and education around nutrition, training has improved so much that you can then actually confidently make those decisions.
Yes, which is why confidence is my last one. I'm way more confident in the gym, but then I feel like as a person as well. I feel like I look good, so I feel good.
Yeah.
And then I'm like projecting that. That's like the good vibes I'm projecting.
What does your family think of
Oh my god! So I feel like everyone was a bit confused because I'd never ever done anything like it. But I think they all knew I struggled with my weight. And then slowly as the months went on and they saw like how I was transforming, everyone was like, whoa, okay, like, you're looking good. Like, mum was even like, oh my god, I need to speak to her. Like, wow, like, I need to do this as well. So I feel like everyone, they saw the transformation like mentally, but then physically as well, so they were all for it.
Can you imagine going back to your weight before?
No.
No? Or obviously, not even just your weight, but just like, just you.
No, she's so different. Weight fluctuates. I feel like I go through phases where I'm like heavier and then I'm a bit smaller, but my mindset isn't changing. I know I go through like negative phases, but I feel like I'll never not be able to pull myself out of it now.
That's so good.
That's what I'm confident in. Like, I know what I've achieved. I know I can achieve that again.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna stop me, basically.
What's the main advice you would give to a beginner?
I would say don't be afraid to try. You're not gonna know if you like something until you try. But if you do like it, it's not going to happen overnight. It takes a lot of patience, and I'm really impatient, but it takes a lot of patience. But I have a saying, it's like the only way out is through. Like, you've got to go through it and you'll get there.
100%. Yeah. How would you describe the program structure?
So at the start, I think I was afraid because I'm like, I find it hard to commit to things. I feel like I have commitment issues with lots of things. So I was scared. But then once I saw the program and I saw like kind of weighing food, so I'm like as accurate as possible. But then also the way that my workouts are laid out as well, like that helps. I think that's my main thing that helps me because I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then you obviously like the rests are set as well. So it's like, okay, spend this much time resting and then move on to this. So I know I have like a set time to do it in, and I don't go off and talk to everyone at the gym, and because that's what I would do. I think another thing that really helped me as well was the extra resources. The recipes, that helps me because it gives me food options as well. And I always tend to like, I'm like an addictive personality. I'll eat one thing and then have it for like every day for like 2 weeks. Whereas like, it helps me change it up. So I feel like the structure of it wasn't scary to me. It wasn't like a bad commitment when I kind of saw it all laid out in front of me. And then the check-ins on Monday really helped as well. Because it's like, okay, take accountability now. Like, what have you done? What didn't you do? And what did you find hard? And what can you improve? So I think, yeah, that helped me.
Yeah, being able to reflect on the week
Exactly.
and actually realise yourself, okay, this didn't go so well, this is what I need to do to change.
Yeah.
And vice versa, like what is working for you, what do I need to do more of to have better weeks. Do you have any questions for me, or did you think of any, or no?
Any questions? Actually, I thought of one. Did you think that I would have come this far when you first trained me?
I always feel like when I take a client on, I kind
You
of
see potential.
Of course, like I wouldn't work for anyone who I didn't think was willing to put in the work, because at the end of the day, I can tell you exactly what to do, how to do it, but you have to be the one that gets themselves out of bed and goes and does it, you know? So you definitely have that for me, like you had that potential for sure. Didn't think we'd go on this journey.
No.
But, you know, but it's been the best journey.
It has.
You know?
I wouldn't change any of it.
Yeah, like you've definitely had your ups and downs, but I feel like you've needed to go through each of the low points to have your high points. I know it's very cliche to say, but they've helped you grow. Like that is how you grow. And this is a compliment, you've failed a lot to be able to achieve a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, for sure.
So, and I think when we talk so much about your confidence and all that sort of stuff, that's because you've been willing to put yourself in those situations. You were willing to sign up, you were willing to just get started with it.
Yeah.
You know, and you believed in yourself to be able to do that. And
so true.
been able to support you along the way. So yeah.